If you look at Sri Lanka, we can easily say it's the backbone of the economy, contributing more than 52% to the GDP and also job creation around 45%. We are also looking at using AI and machine learning to understand customer preferences, because that will give us a lot of insight as to the customer requirements. Very soon coming up with an automated cashback facility to our customers. Using our mobile app from the convenience of your home or office, you can request and obtain a cashback facility. That is going to be really a good feature for our customers who need not visit the bank to obtain a facility against their deposit. The bank has a comprehensive credit policy which mainly focuses on fulfillment of the credit needs of our client base. So be it retail, be it SME, corporate, we have solutions for all. So having said that, Seylan, from the inception of the bank, we wanted to be close to our SME sector. So we really want to be behind them, understand their changing needs, and also ensure that we have tailor-made credit offerings to the sector. Because if you look at this sector, it's an important sector in any country's economy. So if you look at Sri Lanka, we can easily say it's the backbone of the economy, contributing more than 52% to the GDP and also job creation around 45%. So this sector drives the economy. So we as at Seylan are proud to be supporting this sector, and in our credit strategy, this is it's a primary focus to be with the SME sector and also to introduce the products and credit offerings which are well suited to them. And along with that, to serve this sector effectively, there are other infrastructure that are key. So from the inception, we went on a rapid branch expansion program. So because SMEs are scattered all over the country, it is not that one province or a few provinces where you have these businesses. So we have branches in all key areas of our country, numbering to 170 plus. So that infrastructure really helped us to increase our SME base. And further going a step forward, we also introduced a concept called SME credit hubs. So these are basically, they are in 13 regions and manned by experienced credit evaluating analysts who basically go and visit the customer, evaluate the proposal and expedite on the approval. Since for starting with the SME sector, yes, out of the sectors during the period you mentioned, SME sector was really affected, because unlike the corporate sector, they don't save for a rainy day, most of them. So, but some of the SMEs, they went through the mill, and although the government also came in with various moratorium relief packages, you still see some of the SMEs didn't even take these relief packages. So with this, customers, business requirements, facility requirements changed. So we were proactively engaging with them to understand what their changes in their need, and always to come up with credit solutions which are tailor-made. So it is not one fit everyone kind of a thing. So, for each customer, the customer segment, the facilities that you need to give them are different. So we were well prepared for that, and our experience, so even customers know that we have been with them. So those customers were well looked after. Having said that, the bank has a policy of having a diversified credit portfolio and also looking at concentration risk that we maintain at a acceptable level. So not only our existing base, we were always looking at new onboards to increase our customer base, increase our market share, and the strategy to onboard new to bank customers, keeping in mind that we have to maintain a good asset quality book. We went on onboarding new to bank customers, and those two really gave us the desired growth. But during the period you mentioned, the 3 years, yes, looking at even the market demand and market data, we see that the lending growth was not up to the usual lending growth pre-crisis period. But we also grew at the kind of the market rates, but not kind of exponential growth. We feel that really the lending will take off now. We see that when the customers coming for new investment, new projects, asking for enhancements to grow their existing businesses. So if you look at the areas where these the sectors from where the demand is, yes, we saw exporters coming in for a lot of facilities. Of course, now the exchange rates have, rupee has kind of appreciated compared to what it was earlier, where the exporters really performed well. But still, it is conducive, and the exports is one area that the government is also pushing. So obviously, to come out of this crisis, we are on the path to recovery. But to come out of this crisis, exports will really play a big role, and exporters know that the government also we will always support them and come with various requirements to ensure that the exports really do well, and because it's one of the main foreign currency earning sectors. So from the exports, if you go further to look at other sectors and industry, tourism, again a sector where it was really affected. Obviously, it's a very fragile sector. Moment there are certain issues which happen in the country, sector will suffer. But the tourism sector has always been a big sector where foreign exchange earning is concerned. So our credit is also aimed at looking at tourism as well. Agriculture on the other part. So if you look at agriculture, not only for domestic consumption, looking at exports. Take coconut for example. There are various products for coconut that are being exported. So improving the agri sector in turn helps the export economy, and so that sector is also, we are there with the agri sector as well, and also manufacturing also export oriented, not purely for domestic demand. So those are the sectors that we see doing well, and going forward I think there will be a lot of credit demand from those sectors. Growing is really important. Ensuring that your asset quality is maintained is important as well to any bank, and in case of Seylan also it is important. So what we do is we focus on several key risk factors, and then we have measures to take corrective action to mitigate such risks. So if I am to elaborate on that, there are borrower specific risks: creditworthiness of the borrower, repayment capacity, their financial performance, and so on and so forth. Then risk associated with the industry and the sector. If the industry you are working in is under stress, however much a good player you are in that industry, it will be difficult for your business to grow at the levels you anticipate. That is another area. Then also looking at the macroeconomic factors, inflation, exchange rate, interest rates, GDP growth. Those are external factors still having a bearing on how successful you are in your business, and whether you can, basically service the facilities that you take. Then we have also seen lately lot of regulatory changes taking place. And these regulatory changes also have an impact on one's business and how they can operate. So that is another area. Environmental factors. Obviously, we are in a agri-based kind of economy. So droughts, too much rain, and various other things on environmental side also will affect, especially the agri sector, and as a result, there can be more risk. So we have to have mitigation factors on that. Labor issues is another area that I identify. There can be lack of labor. Now we saw in the recent past there were a lot of migration, even in the banking sector, maybe in other sectors also. So labor shortages, cost of labor going up. In case of manufacturing, it will be a big concern on the cost of production, and those are risks under labor. Further, if you also see on the demand side, subdued demand conditions again will affect any business. So we saw once the taxes went up, your disposable incomes come down, and as a result, there's a drop and reduction in the aggregate demand, and that in turn affects the business performance. So there are a lot of risk factors like that we are basically looking at, and these risk factors individually or collectively will have a bearing on the credit portfolio quality. So our risk management system, we have a robust risk management policy which always looks at the monitoring and reviewing our credit portfolio, stress testing, and simulations to ensure that the desired credit quality is maintained. Seylan Bank was famous for innovation from the start. There were a lot of products, including credit products, that we came out with, which were designed with a customer-centric approach. So that we wanted to do that so that we remain competitive, and always customers' demand for that remains. So in order to identify the demand for our products, we employ multifaceted approaches. To name a few, the most important one is the customer feedback. Because at the end of the day, the customer is the one who will utilize our product. So we constantly get customer feedback, positives, negatives, some features which are really important to them, some features which are there but really has no real importance to them. And what we do is we tweak our existing portfolio. At the same time, we try to come up with new products, looking at what the feedback we get from the customers. We also do employ services of reputed market research agencies, look at what they find out regarding our products to see whether we are competitive. Review of our existing product portfolio with the competitor offerings is another key area we look at, so that it gives the bank to identify gaps, opportunities, and accordingly look at product changes if we want. Data analytics is the latest thing that we employ. Through data analytics, we look at customer behavior, their preferences, and always want to have the products according to their preferences. Because at the end of the day, you can have a fantastic product and internally you feel that it is fantastic, but at the end of the day, if the customer doesn't feel so, you have lost the match. So basically, from these methods of getting feedback from customers, understanding their changing needs more than I think earlier years. Now it is kind of needs changing all the time with the external environment changes and things like that. And with those feedback, since we are coming up with innovative products and we are bold enough to tweak our products, we have ensured that we have a good demand, we are competitive in the market. At the same time, we maintain and increase our customer base and demand for our products. Yeah. So, maintaining the NPL ratios, or the stage 3 as we call it now, at a minimum level is an important factor for the entire banking industry, and same with Seylan. So what we do is our controls and measures to maintain NPL at very low levels start from the onboarding process itself. Say when we onboard maybe a new to bank relationship for a credit facility, or look at enhancements of facilities to existing clients, we have a very stringent credit evaluation and approval process. We look at the creditworthiness of the customer, industry performance, his market share there, his repayment ability to service. So it starts there. So before granting, have a very good stringent credit evaluation and approval process. At the same time, we have a robust risk management system which will always look at the portfolio, the existing portfolio, review the existing portfolio. And post disbursement monitoring is one of the key areas at Seylan. So we basically review our portfolio, taking into internal and external challenges faced by our customers to understand the stress portfolio. It is very important. Before you come up with remedial action, you have to understand what is the quantum of your stress portfolio. So under this stress portfolio, some customers can be in stage 1 or 2 where they are having overdues but not transition still into the NPL section. So what we do is, once we identify that, we proactively come up with restructuring and reschedulement methods, purely looking at the client's existing cash flows. Because any restructure and reschedulement is not going to succeed if his current cash flow and anticipated cash flow is not going to be sufficient, firstly for him to run the business and then to repay. So the cash flow is taken very seriously when we restructure and reschedule. We have the dialogue with the customer. It is not only one-sided one where we go and say, oh, look here, this is our proposal. Whether if you like it, you accept or no. That is not the case. We always engage the customer, have a discussion to understand his difficulties, and then restructure, reschedule, where we also see if the client has genuinely fallen into difficulty. Once we restructure, if we also feel that he will need some additional facilities to continue and grow in the way that he want to grow, so that the future cash flows generated can service our facilities, we also go ahead with such facilities as well. So it's a kind of a bundle solution we give to our customers who have genuinely gone into difficulty, maybe due to adverse economic trends or industry issues or whatever. So that we proactively do. And we also do have our early warning signals monitoring systems, state-of-the-art systems. We throw out data regarding customer difficulties. So we identify the stress portfolio from a very early stage. So it's a continuous post-disbursement monitoring. So moment you identify an issue with a client very early, that gives the bank a lot of options to go in with remedial action without waiting till it transition into the stage 3, right? At the kind of where the irregularities starts. So those are the kind of proactive measures we do take. We also, going further from that, we also conduct seminars on subjects like financial literacy, because talking about the SME sector, we always see they are very good entrepreneurs, but when it comes to handling their financials, they are a bit weak. And if you don't handle your financials, how good an entrepreneur you are, you are going to face difficulties running your business. And if the numbers don't come in, you are not going to service your. So on that aspect also, we use our expertise on educating them on financial literacy, so that they will be better prepared when financial issues come their way. So actually, technology plays a key role in two aspects. Firstly, if you have your systems running well, it ensures that the bank gets the operational efficiency, and it also helps the bank to contain costs. At the same time, if you have systems and new technological solutions to your clients to make them easy to do business, their experience with us also will enhance, and they will prefer to do more and more business with us. So starting with our evaluation and approval process of credit, which I just mentioned to you, it is fully automated. So that ensures that credit proposals are quickly evaluated and approval granted, speeding up the disbursement of facilities, because time is of essence to any client nowadays. So that is one. So also, if you look at payment options to client, we have several payment options, Seylan Pay and various other options of automated payment systems are given to the client, so that you need not come to the bank to deposit cash. Once you are into the payment systems like IPG, Seylan Pay and Seylan Merchant Portal, these are automated payment solutions for them, and they can concentrate on doing their business, whereas the payments are received to the account, and these payments in turn can be used to servicing of facilities, where gone are the days that you need to run to the bank or transfer funds to meet your loan installments. So that is one area that we are looking at. We are also looking at using AI and machine learning to understand customer preferences, because that will give us a lot of insight as to the customer requirements in coming up with new credit products. So we also have a call center operation, which is fully automated, and any customer he wants to know about his credit facilities, any detail, 24/7 operation, that is also giving the convenience to the customer. We are also very soon coming up with an automated cashback facility to our customers. So this is through our mobile app. Using our mobile app, from the convenience of your home or office, you can request and obtain a cashback facility. So that, I think, that is going to be a really a good feature for our customers who need not visit the bank to obtain a facility against their deposit. So those are some of the main features on the credit side that we have offered to our customers. So looking at the outlook, I must say that the banking sector as a whole is set to face a lot of challenges. This is stemming from the fact that the country is on the path of recovery from the severe financial crisis. And there are two key variables that affect the performance of any bank, that it is the volatile exchange rate and also high interest rate scenarios. Looking at volatile exchange rate, presently there's some stability, and even the interest rate single digit, very conducive, especially for SME lending. Of course, there can be pressure on these in the coming years because of various factors. Firstly, on the exchange rate, there can be pressure because we are now removing restrictions of vehicle imports, so that will increase imports and can have a pressure on the exchange rate. And also, once the country starts repayment of the loans in 2029 onwards, these pressures can come on to these variables and have a negative effect. I think to reduce this pressure on these variables, reasonable sustainable economic growth is important. So that is where I think the SME sector is really contributing. 52% of the GDP coming from that sector. So what actually we want to do as a bank which is focused on this sector is really understand their changing needs at the moment. Because if you are not abreast of this information of the changing needs of the SMEs, you will not be able to come up with the credit packages and the new credit solutions to assist this sector. So we will always be with the sector, understand their credit needs, and will be very proactive in supporting this sector. Apart from that, we are also looking at priority sectors in the economy: exports, agri, manufacturing, tourism, and also we want to understand the new trends. That is why the synergies and the partnerships we have, and we want to build with government agencies, with business chambers, international organizations, to understand these trends, that we always evolve in terms of our credit portfolio and the credit offering.